Welcome back to the Podcast, folks. Today, talking all about Safemoon. Safemoon. There's a lot of chatter on this one for sure. You've got to love advertising. Now, one of the matrices I use to judge how good a coin is if they sell hoodies on their website. Safemoon hoodies are available at safemoon.net. And t-shirts, yoga pants, stickers, sweatpants, all of that. So, Safemoon merch, check. I'm not crazy about this one because I can't figure out what it does. And we're getting into that today. Please stand by. Flexa, turn on the TV. So, Safemoon. Safemoon is it's a BEP20 token issued on the Binance Smart Chain. The token is run by a group of 6 that they all look to have some degree of previous work history together. Unfortunately, the bulk of this work history was in the gaming space. Now, according to LinkedIn profiles, the CEO, John Caroni, CTO Thomas Smith, and community manager Trevor Church founded and worked together at an indie game studio called TANO, an acronym for Technically a New Operation. And I guess that's good. They all know each other. The problem is that when I went to their gaming site, TANO's site only has the words alpha launch coming. So it's unclear if this is a functioning business or something yet to come. No idea. But they have a lot of branded merch, so that's really cool. It seems to give it validation. They have beanies. The rest of the team seems to have varying degrees of experience in web development, game development, or general management. And I guess that's also important for a functioning, relevant crypto coin, web development, and general management. I did spend some time looking through their team. I am doing the diligence, so you don't have to. And the one thing I didn't see on the team was anyone with a financial background. Hank Wyatt, Safemoon's VP of Research and Development, also founded a game development company. Unfortunately, the website for his game development company leads to a 521 error from the host end. Safemoon's web developer, Jacob Smith, apparently worked for this game development company as well. So, yeah, they know each other. That's great. Now, on Jacob Smith's LinkedIn, he states that he worked as the lead website developer, working on several of their projects. Work is on hold at the moment due to the lack thereof. So, nice. You are so good at the work you do that you can't find any. And that's just strong creds in my book right there. That is tight. Now, here's where I ran into what a hell of a problem with Safemoon. Aside from the fact that nobody on the development team has any financial experience, and I might be willing to overlook that in a new market that's not related to finance. But as this market literally has currency on the top line, it's a little alarming to me. Here's the biggest problem I found with Safemoon. I couldn't find out what it does. No idea. The supply is massive, a quadrillion. And that sounds an awful lot like Shiba Inu. Now, they state that they burned half the stack. And there is a wallet with a massive amount in it, which I assume is how they burned it, but I don't know. It might be out of the liquidity pool, but it's still somewhere. So, what does it do? What problem does it solve? Let's look at their website. And I did. And this is the entirety of the About page. It is community-driven. Community-driven and fair launch. The dev team burned all of their tokens and participated with everyone else. Automatic LP. Every trade contributes towards automatically generating liquidity that goes into multiple pools used by exchanges. RFI static rewards. Holders earn passive rewards through static reflection as they watch their balance of Safemoon grow indefinitely. That's great, man. That is great. I'd love to watch my balances grow indefinitely. But what does it do? It's a BEP20, so it's tied directly to Binance. But what does it do? Today, there are over 10,000 different cryptocurrencies, all promising new use cases. So what is the new use case for Safemoon? I couldn't find one. Apparently, the use case for Safemoon is that people need money, and Safemoon will make you money. I couldn't find out how, but it's on their webpage, so, there it is. With the recent Dogecoin craze, several cryptos popped up that seemed entirely fake. Ones like Shiba Inu, Akita Inu, Dogelon, and lots more. They all seem to be capitalizing on Dogecoin's success with meme culture investments. And honestly, I'm not seeing anything about Safemoon that seems to indicate it's not one of those latter. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't solve any problem. It does not have new tech. It does not have a new idea. What it does have is a liquidity pool controlled entirely by the creators, and they will release or burn at their discretion. And considering their massive financial backgrounds and experience in the crypto space, none. I am sure they will be great decisions based on logic and market trends. The only thing going for this one is that for a time, it was up huge. But ICOs during the craze at the beginning of the year were all up huge. Did it maintain its price? Absolutely not. How could it? The only way to keep this one going is to get folks in behind you who get folks in behind them and so forth. Build that pyramid. It's great if you're at the top. I don't like crapping on coins. I don't. I love crypto, and I want the space to grow. But the money that is poured into these carnival coins could be invested in actual products with good ideas, good tech, an actual vision of how the space could be. Not into hoodies and beanies and yoga pants. My vote for Safemoon is you do you. It's your money. But I'd maybe find a better place to put it. This is not financial advice, of course, but it is advice about the carnival coins. If you are really missing the action, you just got to chase that rush. Don't worry, because I promise you that there's going to be a new one next week. If you enjoyed this video, or if you didn't, and I can't imagine this one's going anywhere, or that anyone liked it, particularly Safemoon investors, please like, share, or subscribe, all of that goodness. We are kicking off our live stream on Thursdays. If you just cannot get enough of me, or you want to tell me how wrong I am about Safemoon, right to my face. 1900 Central, right here. This latest bit of carnival coins seemed to be born of the Barnum method of a sucker is born every minute. And if you made money off from it, bully for you. But the only way you make money on these is if someone else loses money. They have no inherent value. So until next time, please stay safe and please be smart with your money. Cheers.